Hello everybody, and welcome to today's tutorial on solid modeling. Now this will emphasize making changes to conceptual designs without having to go back to sketches all the time. And I'm going to be making this bracket by starting with only one basic sketch of a rectangle and making all my changes in 3D from there. So I'm going to start by making that base sketch. And I'm really not going to focus on the dimensions for now, because I can make all those changes at the end when I'm finished. So I'm just going to be basically eyeballing this off of the sketch. So I've made our base block, but now I want to make the extended region on the right side of the picture. And to do that, I'm going to select the edge and extend it. So normally that creates a surface if I extend it one way or the next, but if I hold down Control, it actually copies that line, just like if I move and hold Control, it'll copy a face or copy a hole to a different location. So now that I have our region pulled up, I'll just select on the top two edges and turn this back into a round and put a full round on top. So it's starting to look a little bit more like the picture, but I want to extend our region here. So I'm actually going to split this face with a full round on the top of the model, which gets me that circle cutout that I want. So now I can extend this out a little bit, and to create the hole going through that, I'll actually go back to what I did previously and extend this edge inward while I hold down Control to copy those lines. So now that I've done that, it's definitely starting to look a little bit more like our model, but I actually want to put a little bit more detail in the middle. So I'm actually going to split this face a couple more times. So I'll go up to split face and I'll split it by our circular face so I can get a little bit of a step in there, and I'll pull that up a little bit. And now I want to add a rib going through the model. So I'll split it, but I'll split it a different way this time and use our select cutter point. So I basically choose a point on the edge and it will cut it straight across. So now I'll split it one more time, but this time I'll select the 2-point option, where I can select a point on one edge, select one on another edge, and thereby create a line. So now we'll just pull up this material to add the rib going through it, and pull it up to our other stepped area, and I'll actually just cut out this region here. So I've only cut it out on one side because I want our part to be symmetric. So I'm actually going to mirror over a couple times. So first I want to split the part in half by selecting the faces on either side and putting a plane running down the middle. Now I can combine the solid with the plane and split it into two different pieces. So I'll delete the one I don't want by selecting it, and then I'll select the plane and get rid of that too for now. So now I can mirror our solid over. So all I have to do is select mirror, select the face that I want to mirror over, and then select the solid. So I'll do that one more time on the front. So now I have a part that definitely starting to resemble the picture. But some things I really don't want anymore. Like maybe this region that I had cut out, I don't like it. So I'll fill it in on one side, and notice that it's gone on the other side. That's because our part is still holding by this mirror association. So if I change the size of the step, notice it changes on both sides. And now would be a great time for me to change the height of my cylinder. So if I change one, they both update. So once I'm done making any changes that I really want to hold symmetric, I'm actually going to get rid of these mirror planes, just because I only want them temporarily. So a good way to delete the mirror planes on your model is to select the entire model, which will show you all of the mirror associations that are there. So you see I have two, and I'll select one and delete it with the delete key. And I'll go back, select the entire model, select the plane, and delete it. So now our solid is not obeyed by any mirror associations. But let's start to add the rounds to the model. So I'll select our bottom edges and put a nice big round in, and double click to get this chain of edges and round that too. So now I've actually forgot to put in those holes that I needed there. So I need to get a good way to put them there. So another way we can make some solid modeling is by selecting the cylinder, like you see here, and I can actually copy it, and by clicking on the model here, it pastes it in exactly where I selected on the model. So it's a little big, so I'll resize it, and I'll go ahead and copy that cylinder that I've resized and paste it on the left side of the model. So now that I have these two holes, you can tell they're a little bit lopsided. So what I want to do is make them coaxial with the rounds in the corner. And to do that, I'll just select Move, select the cylinder, and move it up to the round. So you see it jumped into place, and I think you can see it a little bit better on the other side as I move it up to the round. So now we have the two holes and everything's set up nice. So the last thing I need to add by looking at the model is to put some rounds in the inner geometry. So I'll just double click to get most of these round loops, and I'll hold down Control, remember, to select multiple edges. So once I've got all the edges, you can see I only have 4 more. Select on them. I can round them all together at once. And I'll round it maybe 1 or 2 millimeters. So now we have our model very similar to the one on screen. And I hope you've learned a little bit about how you can model without having to drop down into a sketch every single time. Thank you for watching.